Hey, what's up? So obviously I got some time on my hands, so I thought I would do a quick channel update and also talk about the state of Wrath Classic. So with regards to the channel update, I first want to say thanks to everyone that's been watching the videos and supporting them. I'm glad some of you have found them interesting or helpful, and I'm going to continue to make videos as soon as I find the time to do so. And I will also be pairing this video with a UI video because I'm going to be doing some complaining in this video, so I thought I would pair it with a video that's actually helpful. Now, with the state of Wrath Classic, though, I first want to say that I have been having fun with the game. It is Wrath after all. It's when classes finally become interesting, in my opinion, so it's kind of hard not to have fun. I have 2 level 70s on the fresh PvP NA server, Sky Fury. I've got a Paladin and a Death Knight, and I'm soon to have 2 more, a Druid and a Shaman. And I've done all the raids except for the Sunwell and Mount Hyjal, even though some of the raids were a little buggy, but it wasn't that big of a deal. I've also started a guild on Sky Fury if you're looking to join a 25-man raid team that's more achievement hunting focused. We're called Ghosted, so just hit up Dudan on Sky Fury if that's something you're interested in. Now, with the 3 major issues that I have with the game, they should be pretty obvious to most people that have been playing, at least most of them. And the first one is, I alluded to it in the beginning, it's the server queues. The server queues are just an absolute slap in the face. They are just Blizzard grabbing you by the junk and just ripping it off. It is insane. For a lot of people, this makes the game completely unplayable. They cannot find the time to play with server queues like this. And for a lot of us, like me, you have to jump through a lot of hoops, like the remote desktop or getting someone to log you in. And it's just nuts. I'm like using remote desktop and like when I'm in my car, trying to keep myself logged in on my way back, because if not, I can't play for that night. It's insane what you have to do to be able to play this game. And the first thing I want to talk about is a lot of people say, oh, this doesn't really matter because Blizzard isn't really losing any customers for this. The people that are invested are going to keep, they'll do whatever they have to do the server queues. And that is just blatantly untrue. Because I personally know people that the server queues have completely turned off them coming back to Wrath. Like they were going to give it another chance. Everyone remembers Wrath. Everyone that has any idea what WoW is remembers Wrath or knows of it at least. And they come in, they see a 4-hour queue or a 3-hour queue, and they're out of here. They even paid the $15. They got the subscription. They got everything ready. They're ready to play on Fresh or maybe come reconnect with some friends. I had some people that were going to play on Fresh. They ain't playing anymore because of server queues, and I don't blame them. Like, why would you wait 4 hours to play this game? It just doesn't. Wrath is good, but it's not that good. There's very few things that are that good. So yeah, Blizzard really needs to fix this. And I know that they recently upped the server capacity, which is funny because they were just talking about how they couldn't do that. They keep saying all the stuff that they can't do, and then somehow they find a way of doing it anyways. So like all their posts are just meaningless. They're just writing that, they're just words and they don't mean anything. It doesn't do anything. It's I sometimes I can't even talk when I talk about these server queues because they're so frustrating. But yeah, they upped the server capacity at the expense of server stability. And I know that on Sky Fury, entire layers have been going down and people getting kicked off. Some people get kicked off and get kicked back in the queue. So that's fun. They need to fix this. I don't see why they can't just make a second Sky Fury server where they reserve all the names that are on Sky Fury 1 and then make new characters have to, lock Sky Fury 1 and then make the new characters on Sky Fury 2 and have Sky Fury 1 people have the option to transfer over and then link the servers like they do in retail so we can interact with each other. Like the auction houses are linked and you can do dungeons and raids and stuff with each other. Oh, speaking of raids, man, it's impossible to organize raids with these server queues at any time that's a normal time. It has just been a nightmare. But yeah, I don't see why they can't just make those 2 servers. It doesn't make sense to me. So if someone has an explanation, because I know I'm not a server technician. I'm not a server engineer by any means. But whenever Blizzard says stuff, people that seem to know what they're talking about refute them. And Blizzard refutes themselves too, quite often. So I just don't believe anything that Blizzard says. it really is sad that when you have to say that, but every time they make a post, you can't believe anything they say. They blatantly just lie, or like they talk semantics. That's another one of their favorite things, when people are asking for more layers, what they're actually asking for is like they need the server to be able to hold more people. But then Blizzard goes on this long argument about how they technically can't add more layers, when most people understand that, yeah, layers are just like a partition of the server. We get that. But then when people ask for more layers, that's not what they meant. They just meant they need the server to hold more people so you don't have queues. What they're really asking for in the end of the line is just, we don't want queues. That's the big thing. And then Blizzard goes into this huge semantic fight about layers and how their technology works that only they know how it works anyways. It's not like anyone else on the face of the planet knows how their inner workings of their company and their servers work. Only they know. So that's really disingenuous when they do stuff like that. I find it pretty disheartening. Okay, the second thing that I want to talk about is the group finder. It is a very bad group finder. I was saying this in the beta, and I'm saying it now. It's not helpful. It is the worst iteration of the group finder I think we've ever had. Finding groups in LFG is better than the group finder. I know when you're doing low-level dungeons, it's pretty functional and it's pretty okay because the groups are very, like, you can do kind of whatever. Like you can bring like whatever group you want and still complete the dungeon. But trust me, once you get to the later dungeons, everything changes. This is a huge, huge blunder. This thing is a piece of trash. It just does not function well at all. I rather have the retail group finder. I rather have random dungeon finder. I rather have nothing in comparison to this. I'm not joking. I rather have it just completely deleted than this, and just use LFG. It's bad. It's terrible. That's the only thing I'm going to say. It just sucks. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the Scourge event. Hey, Future Dudan here. So I was going to respond to the Scourge event here, but as I was about to post this video, I saw some other takes from different creators, so I decided to make a separate video for it because it kind of deserves that, and this video is as long as it should be as it is. So I hope everyone's been having fun with Wrath. I really hope they fix those two big issues with the server queues and the group finder. But overall, it is definitely good. If you were thinking about coming back and you haven't come back, it's definitely a good time to come back. The fresh servers are really fun, or you could go reconnect with some old friends on the older servers as well. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. So, okay, thanks, bye.